Who has more clothes off in the show, George or Eden?
I think between the two of us, we're completely naked.
I think we're probably equal.
Waist up and me from the waist down.
Well, I think that's a good first question for this interview this morning.
Right.
Awesome.
Who wears less clothes during the show?
Eden Malyn and George Psomas is here. Portland Stage Company is putting on Sex and Other Disturbances. Welcome to Portland.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Show is going on to the 20th.
That's right.
Which is awesome. Tell us about the show.
It's a fun farce. It's a comedy. Two middle-aged women. I don't want to spoil anything, but they're each going through different sort of life crises. But the show deals with the infidelity and
thus the
love.
nakedness.
Yeah.
Eden has been on a bunch of movies, TV shows, Orange is the New Black, of course, and George has done Fiddler on Broadway and South Pacific, correct? Mm-hmm. I mean, wow.
And we're here in little old Portland, Maine.
What are your reflections on the city as you kind of bop around and eat your way through down Congress Street?
Which is exactly what we've been doing.
Yeah, we've been eating literally everything we possibly could eat.
What have been some of your best bites?
I just ate at Scales last night. Well, we've been having tacos at
Taco Escobar.
Yeah.
We enjoyed their happy hour.
Yeah. I'm like, $5 for a margarita. Sign me up. We're not in New York anymore, George.
Existence, is it a lot of New York, and then you come to towns like Portland for a month? What is it? Is it a kind of gypsy lifestyle? What is it like?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been lucky to be in New York a lot, but I've gone out of town to do a bunch of different shows, and it's really great to sort of see the country that way.
Yeah, it's. I always say it's like nice because when I spent my entire adult life between LA and New York in these sort of big cities, and you always wonder like, what would it be like if I lived, somewhere where my rent isn't $3,000 a month.
Right.
And so it's like really lovely there's no better way to get to know a city than to live and work in it for a couple months.
How many performances have you done of this in Portland?
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So how many have we done a week? It's not 8 a week here. It's about 7 or 6.
Yeah, so we've done 12 or 13.
So will there be, now that you've done it that many times, will there be improv? Will there be moments where you guys both will go off?
Yeah, the time that improv comes into play in a scripted show is when things accidentally go off the rails.
Right.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
And then you have to kind of find your way back to it without the audience realizing. Like
Right.
George and I had a moment the other day where for some reason everything was one beat off, and I turned and I was expecting him to be on the other side of the stage, and he was like right there.
I was like, oh.
And he said, oh, like that, and I went, ah, and we both just started giggling, and then I called him George, and then Nico,
But it's fine. We're supposed to be jerks in that scene anyway.
Yeah,
so.
and like nobody noticed. Like I had a friend in the audience that day who had driven all the way here from New York, and I was like, oh my God, Lisa saw this mess up, and she was like, no, I didn't notice anything.
Do you guys play a love interest?
Maybe. You don't know.
You can't tell us. Okay.
No, you have to see the show.
Gotta go see the show. It's Sex and Other Disturbances. It's at Portland Stage, wonderful Portland Stage, through the 20th. Eden, George, thank you for the time.
Thanks for coming in. We're big fans.
So happy to be here.
Thank you for having us.
You got it.